Hey, welcome to the Willie T Show. I am your host, Willie T, aka Mr. Nevertheless himself. This is my first show. I told you guys I had something coming for you. So, hey, I'm just a normal guy sitting on my sofa having conversations. So, you may hear my daughter cry, you may hear my son talk, you may hear my wife cough. It is what it is. I wanted to introduce this podcast in my living room to let you guys know nothing always starts off pretty with glitz and glamour. I'm a normal person with a wife and two kids. In this podcast, I'm using this podcast to talk about real life situations. Everybody knows I like to do comedy. That's my passion. But also I want to enlighten people on different things that we go through in the world. Religion, sexuality, politics. I mean, this podcast is going to talk about everything. Sports. I'm a big sports guy. So this podcast is not only for comedy, it's for everything else. Like I said, my name is Willie T. Howard, Mr. Nevertheless himself. We're gonna get into our first topic for our podcast. Me and my wife were having a little dialogue earlier this week, and we was talking about it's okay to be alone. Me by saying that, what I mean is it's okay to be alone. You don't always have to have someone around you or in your presence, especially when it comes to your love life. I know a lot of people that have never been single. They don't know how it feels to be single. They always had somebody around them, and I don't think that's a good thing because you have to love yourself fully before you can love anybody else. What I mean about that, you I don't think you can love somebody more than you can love yourself. Now, granted, when you have kids, that's a whole different type of love. Kids can make you look at life totally different because you're willing to give your life for their life. So that's your kids. I understand when you say that, but you can't truly be in love with somebody else, like a significant other, if you don't love yourself. I have my wife over here to the right of me. She's not gonna get in the camera, but you will hear her voice. Just to have a little dialogue back and forth. She's not camera ready today, as I can say. But let's talk about what we discussed earlier this week about loving yourself before you can love somebody else.
And when you say love yourself, what is the definition of love yourself, or how do you know when you are at the full level of loving yourself in order to love someone else?
I feel like loving yourself, you have to be able to um, witness your flaws and also be able to tell yourself you're not perfect. Everything you do is not right, and it's not always going to be right. I feel like once you can tell yourself that, you shouldn't have a problem. If you can tell yourself something, you can tell anybody else anything. Because the hardest person I feel like to tell something to is yourself. Because we tend to think we're always right because it's us, but it's not the case all the time. So I feel like you have to look in the mirror and look yourself in the eyes and say, okay, girl, you messed up. You did this wrong. You were not right at this particular moment. What can I do to become a better me? You have to. You can't become a better somebody else. You have to become a better you. So I feel like every day it's a battle to become a better version of yourself. If you can't become a better version of yourself, how you gonna become a better version of somebody else?
Okay, when you say that, see, I feel as though you don't know if you fully love yourself, if you're really ready for in a relationship to actually be successful in your relationship, if you can't, um, how should I say it? If you can't admit that you have an ego, swallow your pride, and actually learn how to love someone else, because everyone else isn't gonna love like you love. Just like I might not like if someone love on me a certain way, but that's the way you want to be loved. Like the love languages.
Well, with that, I feel like you have to learn your partner. You have to learn your significant other because, like you said, everybody loves differently. You may be in a previous relationship where you were loved totally different from this person that's loving you. But that also takes time into learning your partner, like small details. I feel like everybody, when you're in a relationship, everybody gives you sign on how they want to be loved or how they should be loved. It's all about you just paying attention to the small details that the people give you. But not to get too far what we were talking about loving yourself, you still have to be able to understand what you dislike and like. But in a
Yeah,
relationship,
no, as yourself. Like you got. That's why I feel like a part of loving yourself. You have to know what's your boundaries, what you can and what you can't accept, as well as loving yourself enough to know this person isn't gonna love me straight out the bat exactly how I want them to love, because that's a growing process. And you have to know that you have to change something. You can't be so stubborn within yourself because you love yourself so much. You cannot be stubborn and naive to the fact that just because this is how you feel it should be, that's not how everyone else feels. So with you loving yourself, you got to be able to be, I guess, fluid. Like you got to be able to adapt, change. Like
and that's the thing with relationships. You got to compromise.
definitely.
This just like moving in with somebody. So you know having your own house is kind of like being alone by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it may be a bad comparison, but y'all gonna get what I'm saying. So if you've been staying alone by yourself for 5 years, just like you've been single for 5 years, you know your house. But once you bring somebody else into your house or your life, your space, you have to compromise. It's gonna be different because you have never stayed with this person or you have never been with this person. So stuff is gonna change. You gotta understand. You used to have a 1 toothbrush in your toothbrush holder. Now you got 2.
Or you used to having the house clean a certain way. Now somebody else, and now they done left something in a place that they don't even supposed to.
And you're not used to it. But you have to,
That's
like you said,
tick.
yeah, that's an issue. But you have to adapt because you may be with somebody that's not as clean as you. And not saying they're nasty, but y'all don't have the same type of mindset when it comes to cleaning or doing certain stuff. Or you may say when you come in the house, they put the shoes by the door. They just used to walking their shoes through the house and put them in their room.
Yeah.
So, but like you said, that's all a part of compromise, talking, communication.
Yeah.
Because without communication, I feel like you don't have nothing or anything. I'm sorry. So what else are the main topics we had here?
We were just talking about, so once you do get in that relationship and you decide this is your person, you decide this is someone you want to build with, and I'm going to ask you as a man, say a man, because...
So I told you guys, you might hear a toilet flush, you might hear anything. I mean, like you said, we just a normal guy in our house, not perfect. Hey, maybe one day we can get a nice studio where we can cancel out all that, but I just want you guys to see that we're just normal people, just talking about real life situations. Like, as y'all said, we talking about real life shit. So, yeah, you're going to hear some of everything. You might hear my son come around the corner and say, Daddy, what's up? Okay. Nevertheless, back to the scheduled programming.
No, like saying, like, this is my person, this is who I love, and all of that. Why do men, I'm going to say men, we're going to get on women too, because I'm sure you're going to have a question for this, but why do men like to say, oh, I'm just being a man as an excuse or a scapegoat whenever they do things as far as like, we're not even going to go as far as cheating, but well, that's one of the things. So when you love somebody and you say this is who you want to be with, why do men be like, yes, I love you, I don't want you to go nowhere, I don't want this, I don't want that. I feel like men are selfish and like to throw out, I'm just being a man, or men make mistakes, ain't nobody perfect. Being perfect isn't choosing to hurt this person that you say you love. If you love them, why do you still choose to put yourself or your partner in a predicament to be hurt?
That's a good question. So I'm just making, you have to dummy down it. You have to ICDC it for me. You have to ICDC college for me. So what you're saying is, as a man, if we say we love a woman,
not only just love them. If you say you love them and that's who you want to
be with, okay.
Just say if y'all are getting married or you have thoughts of getting married.
That's who you want to be with the rest of your life, basically.
Yeah.
So you're asking why do
men
do certain stuff to
jeopardize?
But like you said, they go both ways.
Yeah,
too.
that's why I said we're gonna start on a man first, and we're gonna go to a woman.
Because like,
so no, we're not gonna deter. We're gonna stay on topic, and you're gonna answer that.
Well, I think
it's maturity.
Yeah, and because you can ask 20 men this, like we gonna pause because like sometimes you really just don't know. You know what I'm saying? It may sound crazy, but I guarantee you, whenever they watch this video, you can add 20 to 30 men, and it's gonna be like a pause. They gonna eventually say something, but it's just like
So what is it?
because you really
So say it.
you don't really know.
No.
You don't know why you do certain stuff.
Yes, you do.
It's a
Oh,
choice.
Exactly.
It's a choice.
So why choose that choice to jeopardize what you feel like you want for the rest of your life?
Like you said, it's a maturity level thing. I can't speak for every man, but some men just. You said, but you said we're not talking about cheating, right? Or you just talking about anything?
No, just
because
period.
necessarily you don't have to lose somebody you say you love. It doesn't have to be called
No, it
cheating.
doesn't have to
You know
be
what I'm
cheating.
saying?
But what I'm saying is, why would you jeopardize something that you say you love, you want in the rest of your life? You jeopardize
Because
you
you
want to put yourself through pure hell.
because
you're never gonna get that same person back unless it's just time and that person just.
I think it's more of for men. I'm not speaking for all men. I'm giving my opinion. I think it's just for a fact that we just think that they'll never leave. You know what I'm saying? Like you so confident to the point where a woman take way more than the man. So we're like, okay, we gonna boom, 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 like tap, 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 tap. But we know when it's about that tap, when it's about at the end. So then we'll fall all the way back. It then build the taps back up. And it's just like she said, selfish. It's being selfish, not mature. And just seeing how much you can get away with until you get burned. So with me saying that, so when the day does come, if the woman just tired, you can't be mad about it but yourself. You have to respect it. But the older you get, like I done got older to the point, like okay, if I do something, keep doing it, and they decide to leave me, like I can accept that because I didn't have chance after chance to not to do it or do it right. So therefore, I kept doing it. So this is the concept. Every action has a reaction. So.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense.
It don't. But I just told you what was what. It don't make sense. Nothing has a lot. A lot of stuff don't make sense. A lot of stuff you see don't make sense, but people do it.
You're right.
Just like a job. We wonder why they doing it. It don't make sense to us, but some kind of way it makes sense to the boss.
No, but you still, like, as a man, you answer the question, but you also said it doesn't make sense. But you gotta have some type of explanation, because if a woman can do it, a man can do it. But a man just like to fall back on some, I'm a man and blah blah blah. That's not an excuse. You can't say that because a woman has the same, if not more, temptation, push, and everything else around them.
But I feel like
just like a man.
It's different. It's different type of women. I feel like majority of women, they deal with another person off emotion, or women are some women are not like men. Like men, we can go have sex with a woman, don't even know their name, where they stay at, nothing. As long as she got a fat ass and a decent face and she can bend over, that's all we need. And it's sad, but it's just the truth. Most men don't have sex with emotions or feelings. We can have sex with somebody and don't know nothing about them. A man can go to Miami right now. He from Georgia, go to Miami, meet a girl. She got a nice shape, whatever. She wouldn't give him something. He gonna hit it and leave, and don't think nothing else about it. Women can't. Some majority of women don't do that because women have morals. A lot of women have more than they respect themselves, so they ain't just finna do this and that. Something now, it's a lot of them that will.
I'll say, because in today's age,
well, it's a lot of them that will. I know a lot of women that they think like I think.
A lot of women don't have morals now. They claim they got morals. They say all of this. That's a lie. They do not have morals.
Y'all know that's why men come to approach women now with money. Because as a man, we know, if I go ahead and get her $1,000 right now, I know she gonna let me get some. And to that person, $1,000 probably ain't no money, so they don't mind giving it up. But I hate the approach, that approach. But now when we try to talk to a woman, first thing they say, "Oh, my conversation costs." If I pay your ass to talk, hell gonna freeze over. But y'all don't understand. So when a man approach y'all with money, when y'all get upset. And not saying you the particular woman, you might not be that type of woman, but hell, he done talked to, out of 10 women, 7 of them telling him, oh, it costs to talk to them. So he gonna approach every woman the same.
until you find that one.
until you find differently. Because
Until
some
you
women
find
don't
that
care
one.
about no man that got no money. Because a man can have all the money in the world but treat you like straight shit. But you know, we ain't gonna even get on that. That's gonna be a whole nother.
Yeah, I was just saying.
That's gonna be a whole. We're gonna get back to. There's gonna be a whole nother subject, a topic. But we gonna dive back in what we just talking about.
Yeah.
And so you don't even really have to answer that for the woman question. You ain't even got to answer that part.
Yeah, because a true, like, I feel like as a woman, a real woman, somebody who wants substance, who wants the marriage, who wants the family, who wants that, to break the cycle that the black community, in my opinion, is in. I feel like the black community puts so much light and shine into, you got this many women, or you talking to these women, opposed to, I hear it all the time in the black community. Oh, you too young to be getting married. Why you get married that young? It does not matter at what age you get married. Because you can experience a whole lot of life with that one person and still be okay. You do not have to have so many women before you start. Because honestly, truthfully, if you find your person young, just say for instance, I found my person at 16, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's all you know.
And that's all I know.
You ain't never been exposed to nobody.
And that's all he knows too, right?
Yeah.
So we both on the same page, and we both like,
And
this is what we want. And we decide by 18, of course, we're probably just getting out of high school or just in college or whatever. We decide by 21 we get married. Nothing is wrong with that. You know why? Because now a person at 21, just say for instance, a person at 21, they've been with all these different women. They got have so many different ties here, there, and there. Now when they get to about 25, now they think about, okay, maybe I want to, maybe at 30. What are you prolonging? Why are you prolonging it? Because if you are satisfied at home, or you're satisfied with the person that you have, what is the purpose of going out just to say you fuck 100 women? There is no shine, like there is no medallion to say, oh yeah, I done fuck all these bitches. Like that's nothing to say or be excited about. What are you gaining from that? Outside of just saying you've done it. And I feel like the black community shines that on their men for what?
Well, and like I said, that was. I mean, because I did it in high school. Like when I graduated, I had a lot of people. Well, you know, I ain't gonna get all of that, but it's just what was around us. I had an older brother that was 7 years older than me, so I seen what he did. You know what I'm saying? I was around my brother and his friends, so I seen all they did. So of course they look at me. I'm 7 years younger than, so they teaching me right from wrong, but they also like, you know.
But that's the
An
problem.
older brother looking like, okay, I hope my brother one day, not saying my brother, he never pushed me to do that.
No, yeah, but you're still influenced by the older guys.
Yeah,
right?
but you know, but I knew that was, like, I thought my brother and them was cool. Which they were cool, they were popular, they played sports. So as a kid in 6th grade, being around my brother and their seniors in high school and their friends, and I'm seeing this and that, I'm like, okay, I took it as one day I want to be like them as far as everybody. I'm cool. I play sport. Everybody know who I am. Like that's how I looked at my brother. Like no matter where we went, everybody knew who my brother was. He ran track. He was the starter track team. Right. Played football. So everywhere we went, everybody I like being around. Yeah, he made everybody laugh. So that's what I seen. So me, like you said, but it wasn't nothing. Well, I never really seen my brother had girlfriends. Yeah, no, when he had girlfriends like 4 or 5 years.
I'm not talking about girlfriends. I'm not even talking about that. I'm still talking about you being around your older friends, your older guy friends. It's more so that's all y'all really be talking and thinking about. Why?
Because they were young. They were 17. So who do they have to show them? Nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. So, who's gonna stop it?
It's never gonna stop. It's getting worse, as you can see.
I know, but that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
So like kids now, they having sex in middle school.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why
it's a problem. I get it's a problem.
That's why I said why do the black community? I'm not gonna say black.
I ain't gonna say
why? Because some guys are, they are cool with getting married.
Some guys are not exposed to what I was exposed to. Some guys say, okay, if I didn't have an older brother, I would never been exposed to that. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on your situation, how
What's
you
your
grew up.
influence too?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I said, my brother never taught me to, well, go do this and that. So when I got older in high school and I first started dealing with women, at the time my friends were dealing with women. We was young, we 15, 16, well 16. And so like back then when you first started doing it, now it's a game. And I'm just being straight up.
I know.
It's a game. Now it's your homeboy. Oh, how many you got? Oh, I'm on 10. How many you got? I'm on 8. So now we racing. And,
That's the
but as you get older, as a man older, you realize how stupid and dangerous it was. Because you looking at like, bro, I was jeopardizing my health and my life for 10 minutes of pleasure, because what we were doing in high school and what we do now is that ain't even sex. We was hunching with clothes off in high school. That compared to what you, as an adult, when you having sex now, it's totally different. So I look back, I'm like, dang, I done missed all these girls before I graduated. And for what? So me and my homeboy, we talk about it because we had a list. We had a list of every girl we done, sometimes we had the same girl on the list. It is what it is. But now we talk about it, we were like, bro, we was wild. But when you get older, you mature. And same thing for women, because it's some stuff y'all did that y'all regret. Like, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I taught him. But I feel like when you grow older, you mature.
Yeah, you regret things.
But you said how you break the cycle.
That, as well as when it comes to that part of being sensitive, that part of being vulnerable to show your emotions towards your woman or whatever, it's always most men, I'm stop saying black men. Most men that I've just sat back and looked at, they gonna show their boys, their bros more love than they show their woman until.
You know why?
Why?
You gotta understand. You're right. Some men show their homeboys, they want more love than and they I ain't gonna say shouldn't, but women have to understand. Just like for y'all, you have to understand. If that man or that woman leave you right now, who gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? When you break it down like that, so if you leave me right now, Chris and Ben still gonna be there. I leave you right now, they gonna be there. Regardless, they're never gonna leave your side. So you gotta understand, like me and you, we're okay, we're husband and wife, but
ain't no but in that though.
I'm just saying, it's a chance. Something can happen to where we.
But we don't have that option. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. It's still always like, but if she, so I got to make sure. No, it's still, they can still, like, a man can still put his whatever.
But you understand, you're talking from your point. Every woman don't think like you, so you can't. You're basing.
I get it.
You're basing you're basing your logic off.
Just my.
Yeah, yes, but you got to realize it's a lot of women don't think like you, so you have to broaden that out.
Okay.
Cause some men be like, this woman doing this and that. Then they cut their homeboys off all the way off.
No, I'm not saying cut them off.
You're talking about for you again. I'm talking about some women make they husband or boyfriend like kind of detach away from their friends.
Got it. Okay.
And so then she leave. Now you can't go back to your day one, cause they know every time you get a woman, you switch up. That's bad. That's a bad thing to do. A woman should make you change who you are.
Exactly.
I feel like she should change you to become a better person, but still be within yourself. Don't change for nobody. Yeah. I'm always gonna be willing no matter what. Yeah. And I feel like if you try to change me, then you're not for me.
I mean, we wouldn't make this far if I tried to.
Yeah, don't tell me to go somewhere. Why you laughing? Why you being so? That's just, you knew who I was. That's how you met me. So I'm not finna change who I am or change how people perceive me, because that's how these people know me. So.
But do you feel like, okay, so the last two questions that we talked about like just how our men are raised up, the influence that they have. And
fathers need to step in more. Yeah,
and their perspective. So, some people don't have fathers who are actually living. So even that, I feel as though, because these kids watch everything you do. You may not think they're watching you, but they watch everything you do. So why not just always be an example? Not saying people don't, but back on what I was just gonna say, she threw me off. But with everything we said, as far as like the love thing, do you feel like growing up or becoming a man, you allow your perspective of love to be altered due to
What I seen.
past experience, like what you seen, and your actual past experiences? Do you ever feel
Like even past relationship experience?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, of
so
course.
that's okay. So if you feel like that, then when have you? I ain't gonna say when.
How do you change?
Yeah, how do you change your mindset and actually go into? I guess if you feel like this relationship is your last one, or you feel like this is your favorite person, how do you go into that relationship with full trust, full openness, and how do you go in as a new person?
You have to go in with open mind. You have to realize that this particular person you're with now is nothing like the other person. That's something you have to deal with in yourself. It's nothing a woman can do, it's nothing a man can do. That's all about what we started off with: loving yourself, trusting yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to trust yourself to make the right. You have to trust yourself to make the decision. Okay, I'm gonna go in this relationship with an open mind. This is not my last relationship. This is a new person, a new man. This new woman, new man. They're not the same until they show you.
Right.
So you can't and we as people we bad about going into something new with old baggage. Leave the old baggage away.
How do you do that?
Come butt naked. That's why I'm saying if you're in a relationship, and I'm glad because it's going back to what we talked about, so we can end it like this. So with that being said, don't go looking for nobody until you are fully healed yourself. That's one. If you've been hurt, take whatever time you need, because jumping to somebody else is not gonna make you forget it. You kind of like you block it.
You going in with a
you see it going. You going with a fence like, okay, well, I just got it. You've been in a relationship 3 years. You break up. You've been single 2 months. Now you date. No, you're not healed yet. You haven't had time to love yourself and get over that. Sometimes it takes time. Stop rushing to be with somebody. Be with yourself. Y'all will be surprised how many people that can tell me, oh, I can't go to the bar or go out to eat by myself. Why? That's a problem. If you can't go out to eat by yourself, that's a problem. Because now you feel like you always need somebody, and I hate that, especially to my women. Because with y'all is different. Y'all let a man take care of y'all, give y'all money, this and that. And now with me, I feel like a man think he got a sense of control over you, which he does, because he know you need him. Once a man know you need him and you can't do it on your own, you dead. I mean, you done. It's no way, because you're going to be like, well, as long as now you're going to catch yourself saying, as long as he pay these bills, whatever, blah, blah, I don't care. That's the dumbest shit ever. I hate when women say that. Oh, as long as he can do it. That's just stupid. Just say you don't want to take on responsibility and accountability to do it yourself. Okay, this man may take care of you, have you and I, but sometimes you have to go back in life, knowing that you did this on your own. You may got a damn Tahoe or Denali, but you might have to go back to the damn Honda Civic. And at least your car paid off. You ain't got no payment or none of this. It's okay to be from the ground up. People gonna talk about you if you're doing good or you're doing bad. But stop saying dumb stuff like, well, as long as he do this and that, I'm fine. No, learn to love yourself. And they go both ways, men and women. I always learn to love yourself before you can love anybody else. If you've been in a relationship 6, 7 years and you break up, you may take a year, 2 years to date somebody. I'm not saying you can't talk to people or have friends, but to actually date, to love again, that's gonna take time. You've been with somebody 6, 7 years. You ain't just gonna get over that person like that. And when I feel like people jump into another relationship that fast, they just doing it not to think about what they just went through. But in reality, you're really shitting the new person you're talking to, because they're not getting to hold you. You got so many fences and stuff built up. You know how long it's gonna take that man or woman to get to you?
Yes, I was fixing to say something.
What?
Yeah, that's true. However,
but sometimes a person ain't got time. A person don't want to. Some people don't want to deal with your old baggage on top of it. Nobody ain't got time for that.
So, but sometimes, yes, you've probably been in that relationship for that long. But how long has it been since you have exited that relationship mentally and emotionally?
What?
Because if you have, then, we've been together just say, for instance, we've been together for 3 years. I've been emotionally detached for 2.
So why you still there?
As women, and that's a flaw of all of us.
I'm about to say, cause you finna hit me with an excuse like I just hit you on earlier.
No. I'm gonna tell you, as a woman, that is one of our flaws. The fact that we stay longer than we should, and I think because we detach in different ways. First we go emotionally. First we go emotionally, then we go physically, then we're just gone. So once I click out emotionally, now I'm just building a strategy of how I'm exiting. So now in my mind, I'm gone. So once I get out of that relationship, I'm done. I was done anyway. So that'll give me like that. But I still want, I still want time for myself. But it does not take. Honestly, some people it does not take that long because they've already clicked out and started healing themselves, even within the relationship, because they knew that was done with it.
That's the point. You mentally checked out.
Yeah.
You know, but on the outside looking in, people don't see that part. They just see that they were together 6 years, so they even broke up 6 months. Now she got somebody else, but they don't know in reality out of the 6 years, she been clocked out 3 of them. So she been out of a relationship with him in 3 years. But like she just said, they stay. But we gonna get in deep into that next episode. This just was an introduction. I appreciate y'all. We got more coming. Thank you for joining the first episode of the Willie T Show, Mr. Nevertheless himself. And I appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next week.